Here we are back at Road America for my third national race of the season. Today was practice, which apparently means you get to watch my car try its absolute hardest to drain my bank account before qualifying even starts. But before that, I got to get a few laps in battling with cars from faster classes as I warm up for qualifying. Thanks to your support, I was able to buy this 360 camera to give y'all more visibility while I'm battling. I'm still trying to figure out how to lay out the footage, so if you have any ideas, drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Right away, I could tell the engine was having a hard time, which if you've watched my previous videos, you'd know is par for the course with this car. Last time, it ended up being a bursted fuel hose reducing my fuel injection pressure. I replaced the hose hoping that would fix my engine problems, but that was not the case. But being down on power was about to be the least of my worries. What I didn't know at this point was that my engine was overheating and about to release coolant all over one of my rear tires, spinning me and leaving me confused as to what happened. Luckily, the driver behind me was able to avoid me. The spin felt so unnatural. I thought maybe it was a brake bias problem, so I moved my brake bias forward and keep practicing. Then, someone's car caught on fire, and the session was red flagged, meaning we all had to stop on the track. This was when I noticed coolant leaking from my car. I realized the reason I spun is because the coolant overflow hose is in the side pod, and when I began turning, the fluid was released directly onto my tires, spinning me. But this wasn't the real problem. The problem is why I'm overheating at all. I bring the car into the pits and was told the flag workers saw my car spraying coolant onto the track. I bring the car in and inspect it, replacing any suspicious parts from the cooling system. Then I start the car and notice bubbles in the cooling reservoir. This can only mean one of two things: a failed head gasket, which really sucks because I'll have to rebuild the engine overnight, or a warped engine head, which means I'm done racing, at least until I can afford to get the engine refreshed, which could be years for me. I start to fall into a deep depression as I imagine my racing dreams fading away at the thought of a $10,000 engine refresh. Then I shift my mindset and hope for the best. I buy a head gasket and get to work rebuilding the engine until 2 in the morning. Follow me here to see if I got the engine started in time for the race tomorrow. Thank you for watching.